So here with Benny from Waverley. Now the brand name has a lot bit of hidden meaning, mate. Do you want to go into details what it means?
Yeah, no worries. So the brand, if you've seen the logo, which I'm guessing you have, is obviously an arch with a ship, and the
Mm-hmm.
name being Waverley. So Waverley is the name of the ship that our family come to Australia in 1853.
Yep.
So that was sort of the idea behind the ship and our name. But it's probably more so about not just about our story, but everyone's got their own story to tell. So it's about the journey. From then till now. And, in our example, our ancestor came here as a wine barrel maker, and
Mm-hmm.
then he ended up one of the first mayors of Collingwood down in
Yeah,
Melbourne,
right.
started a bank not long after his term as mayor and started printing his own money. And there's a pretty good story there,
Yep.
which we're starting to tell through socials, which is good. And we're getting a lot of good feedback. A lot of people saying, "Oh, we're loving to hear the story." And
Mm-hmm.
once again, I guess we're leaning into, and we'll probably talk about this more later on, but leaning into starting from nothing, really.
Yep.
And you look at that journey of 100 days on sea or whatever it is, and to come as a wine barrel maker,
Yep.
and then to start your own bank. It's a bit of that underdog tone to it. So bringing that into today's terms, just being supporting a community or creating a community that is similar,
Yep.
starting from nothing. Everyone's got their own story, driven people, because that's the sort of people I want to be around too. So
Yep.
that's the idea behind Waverley.
Yeah, awesome. So you started making men's jewelry. What sort of drew you to that sort of space originally?
Yeah, so I'm a fitter and machinist by trade. And when I started my apprenticeship, I was like every other apprentice, did everything else but do his actual work. So
Sure.
I'd machine my own rings and earrings and different bits and pieces then. And I still enjoy the machining side of things. Like I enjoy engineering, but that's probably where it started looking back. And between then and learning e-commerce, I've done a few other things, but put two and two together eventually. And,
Yep.
there is jewelry in our family as well. So I think that probably contributed. But yeah, sort of started there, just mucking around.
What was the moment where you shifted into women's jewelry as well, and how did you see the difference in the shift of the brand?
Yeah, it's actually an interesting one for me because when I first started, I had women's jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I'd done pop up shops, I still maintain with women's jewelry from the original launch.
Yep.
It's only recently that we've put the women's collection back in, or fully in, I guess, in line with our second birthday. But what happened when we started Waverley, I was lucky enough to get a one-on-one with Simon Beard, the owner and founder of Culture Kings.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's unreal. Like, I just love that guy anyway. But he pushed me into the direction of probably having, I probably had too much going on at the start.
Yep.
And although, to be honest, I was getting more sales from the women's side, if I could perfect the men's jewelry, I could then lean into the women's anytime I liked.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So that was my idea behind it. In Australia, men don't typically wear a lot of jewelry. We're still a little bit behind from, US and UK, where it's fairly common. And, to try and fill that gap in the market, I guess, to give men the opportunity and make them feel comfortable in wearing different pieces of jewelry.
Yep.
That was the first piece that I wanted to conquer, and then lean into the women's after.
Yeah, okay.
Which we've recently done, and yeah, it's gone really well. So
Yep.
pretty happy with it.
Yep. How would you describe Waverley's design style in just a few words, do you reckon?
Yeah, it's sort of hard, isn't it? Because you've got so many different angles to the business, but it's sort of, someone actually said to me the other week, it was luxury with an edge.
Yep.
And I find that a lot. I actually like that tone, because that is where we're heading. And I think anyone that started a brand, sometimes you can vary. And I found we were starting to head probably towards a different target audience. And I'd sort of just reined that back across when we were leaning into the women's collection. But yeah, luxury with an edge, because that probably resembles what we, mostly our target audience is people that like style, like the higher end
Yep.
type of things,
Yep.
but also have their own little edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So you're from the Albury-Wodonga area, much like ourselves. How's that influenced the way you run your brand, being from like a regional area?
Yeah, it's a good question. When I first started the brand, I always thought that big brands had to be in Melbourne or Sydney,
Yep.
and I think you couldn't be further from the truth. There's plenty of brands from that area, and it's probably comes down to more your point of difference now than anything. So,
Mm-hmm.
if anything, being from a regional area, I think does separate you from the rest to a certain degree. So,
Yep.
yeah, I think I'm leaning into it more than what I was to start with, for sure.
Yeah, and you find like local markets and stuff that helps get the brand out there and
Yeah,
recognised.
I think it's a good way to meet your customer, your target audience. What your target audience might be in your head might not be actual when it comes to the physical. It depends where you have a pop-up market too, but
Yep.
at the same time, it's good to talk to the customers and for them to get to know you. All of a sudden, you've got a contact. They need you. They want something similar to what you have, but a bit more of a custom loop or whatever it is. A lot of people want to get interactive with the brand, and so I find it really good.
That helps. Yeah. Yep.
It is.
Yep. All right, moving on a little bit. The design process. Do you explain a bit of that? Is there a bit of sketching involved? Do you have different sort of suppliers for different products because you've got a bit of a range, or sort of explain how that sort of works?
Yeah, no worries. So, for us, and especially starting out to now, it's changed a lot. And I think initially, like any brand, you really want to get a good base. And there's things that, there's designs that have been around for hundreds of years. You've got Figaro chains, the 18th century, the Italian design, rope chains, Cuban chains, Miami's, Signets.
Yep.
So getting that good base, I think is first. And then when you get confident and start to grow, you can start to customize different things and exactly what you're saying, sketch them up,
yep.
go on CAD, design, and collaborations is another one. We did a collaboration and we'd start designing with an influencer. We did one with Jackson Tippett, unfortunately, obviously passed away, but designing with them, which is really cool too, because you get someone else's perspective and they're going, what would be cool to be this, and working with them. So there's a few different angles that we take, and
Do you have a favourite material to work with, or one that you'd say is sort of signature to Waverley?
Yeah, good question. So for us, especially with our everyday, so we've got our everyday men's, everyday women's sort of done now, and we want to probably branch away into different things now, which may change our material. But our biggest thing was a 316 stainless base for everything.
Yep.
People say stainless like they're all the same, which they're not. 316 is what Rolex used at the start of their career as well.
Yeah, right.
Before they moved to titanium and different things. And the reason being is because it's the most durable, and you don't have any nickel, alloy, and other ferrous metals contaminating. So that's what gives you the green and black tarnishing. Some people get dermatitis. You hear that a lot of women have sore ears. It's all because of those contaminant metals in there. So 316 stainless, and then we've got 18 karat gold. So you've still got that rich gold coating on top, I guess. Or you've got the high polish 316, or we do have some black items too, which is PVD plated. So that's the majority of is those combinations, just for purely for wear, and they're sweat resistant, waterproof, and all that sort of thing.
Right.
So,
Are there any pieces that hold a special meaning or tell a special story for you that comes to mind?
We're actually working on one at the moment. Yes, we do already in the collection, as I mentioned, with the collaboration that we had as well. You get some of those key memories. But we're working on one at the moment that'll involve my granddad and some historic places throughout the Waverley journey. So, working on that collection at the moment and trying to incorporate some of those, the old bank dimensions. So we've got using the banknotes and getting graphics designer to work with those with different cards to be part of this collection. So that should be really cool.
Yeah,
so
that is really
watch
cool.
This space. Yeah.
Jewelry can be quite personal. How do you want people to feel when they wear your pieces?
Yeah, I guess it goes back to our target audience and where we're leaning, but just that community of driven people, and I'm really big on that because selfishly it's my brand and it's who I want to surround myself with. So people that are in that headspace and want to be part of our community and there's things that we want to do to sort of help people along the way as well and sort of grow together. But to feel part of that community is going to be the biggest part. And I think some people already do feel a part of that. And driven, outgoing, successful. That's all everything we want for people in our community. So
how have you found the balance between like the creative side of things and then the business side of it as the brand's gotten bigger and grown?
Yeah, it's always changing, and I think for me it's just getting better and better. It's like anything, I guess. If you're a builder, you learn to build a house, you get better at your craft. So for me, that's all I'm seeing is that everyone involved, we're just getting better and better, and
fine tuning and
sort of fine tune it as we go. There's always stuff to do. You never hit the ceiling. You sort of just keep tweaking as you go.
Couple of fun ones before we finish up. If Waverley Jewellery was a person, how do you reckon you'd describe their vibe?
That'd be me.
Yep. That's what you want.
No, I guess, just fun, outgoing, driven, doesn't really give a fuck what anyone thinks and just doing, I don't know, just doing stuff every day to be better and better. That's the main goal.
Yeah. Rightio, last question. We ask all our guests this one. 3 dinner dates, dead or alive. Who have you got over?
That's a good one. That's hard. Who would you pick?
I'd probably go Wayne Bennett with his knowledge with rugby league.
Yeah.
Probably go Phil Knight for what he just built with Nike, without social media, without internet, what he's built from the 70s up. And the last one, probably touch back on rugby league again, and probably Ivan Cleary, bit of a Panthers fan. So
so am I actually.
Just that dynasty that he's built there and being able to do it with the talent from Penrith and crazy, 4 years in a row, just losing players left, right, and centre, but just keeps them going. So
well, if you get a +1 to that dinner, mate.
Yep. No worries.
No, I guess mine would be mine's all business related. That's all live and breathe. But probably Simon Beard. He's unreal to talk to and just a wealth of knowledge. Probably again someone like Adrian Portelli. I think what he's done in the short period of time is fucking insane.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
And then I'll just pick a left field one, a funny one. Someone like kind of want to hang out with Husbuller for some reason. After that fight. Or, someone like Jim Carrey or fucking someone
just
funny.
to really bring some humour.
Yeah, that's it. So that'd be my 3.
Right. Well, thanks for joining us, Benny.
No worries at all, mate. Thanks for having me.